I talked to a guy recently that was so lonely, he told me he was actually going out of his way to find the dating app bots to talk to. Because he's had no success with online dating or any social life at all, he was actually looking to find the bots because at least they would talk to him. And that just shows you, how bad things have gotten with social trends, social isolation. He's not alone. You probably feel the same way. At least a lot of you. And just to tell you guys a real quick story, just as a prelude to this video, I have gone to bars with friends a couple times around my age because, I'm 37 and I live in a college town. And we have gone to bars on a Saturday night that used to be packed, like toe-to-toe packed, 15 years ago, 10 years ago even. And those same bars, like the last time I went to one, dead. Not hardly a person in sight. I think it was myself, my two friends that I went with, and maybe like one or two other people in this whole bar. Now, obviously, people are going to still continue to go to bars to some degree, but I talked to the bartender and he goes, "Yeah, that's people these days, man. People just don't. People just don't socially interact anymore. They're all at home on their devices, And better yet, you can go to a bar on your 3D headset. You got the virtual hangouts. You got everything you need right at home. But you don't really have everything you need. See, these little devices are designed to provide us with some dopamine hits and a feeling of being social, even though you don't get any of the benefits, other than the immediate dopamine hit. It's almost like an addiction, where you get an immediate rush, but no long-term fix. But that's why people are not leaving their houses. There's apps, games, they can, there's never been another time in history where you could play chess with your buddy, flirt with a girl in 3D on a VR headset, and swipe on a dating app while taking a dump at the same time. Just about, right? I'd like to turn our attention over, though, just to how dire this is, though, for everyone. Because take a look at this video of this gentleman here. He's 26 years old. He claims he has no friends and no social life. Let's have a look.
What's going on, guys? It's Wix the Board, and thought I would just kind of get personal for a moment. I'm 26 years old, and I don't have any friends, and I don't have a social life. And I'm not saying this to complain. I want nobody's pity or to feel sorry for myself. It's just kind of my reality, and I just don't care to pretend anymore, right? And you could say this stems from my upbringing. That's kind of where it all began. As I've stated in previous videos, I grew up in a military household, all male household. And a part of that, not only was it very structured and there was an expectation of discipline, but there was a lot of moving all of the time. Ever since I was young. I think the first plane.
So this guy's situation's kind of more unique. In the sense that he's moving all the time, whatever, that's really hard on any kids. This guy, it's already hard for people that don't move all the time. So you gotta have empathy for a guy that had to move all the time. That saying, a rolling stone gathers no moss. Well, that's true with social lives too. Anyway, I actually have two stories for you guys. So you've got, three stories. You got the dating app bot guy who actually enjoys talking to bots because at least they respond and give you attention, even if it's ultimately to try to get your credit card or invest in crypto, right? But also my bar story. And then I met a really good friend of mine, a guy that's still a friend of mine, and we've been friends for over a decade. And we met on what's known as the Missoula Friends page, which is the city I live in. But a lot of cities had a Friends page, and this was on Meetup. You didn't really need any money or anything to use Meetup. All you had to do was just kind of join some groups. I can't remember all the details. I think there was like a premium subscription or whatever. But this was just like 10 years ago. And some of the groups were flourishing with people. I mean, I met my friend. We were hiking buddies. We still are friends to this day, which is good. I went there the other day to meetup.com to look for events because there's other like-minded things I'd like to meet people with. Like I'm super into physical board games. It'd be nice to meet some people that want to do that, right? And it's a graveyard. It's a cemetery. All it is another money thing. Just like all these other apps that don't work. And that's probably why Meetup changed so much, at least for me, it seems. It was probably working to some degree, and so they turned it into this big money thing. Nobody's going to any events. Nobody even cares. It's a total joke. And it just reminds me of everything else. How everything's gotten ruined. And this was just another thing. But anyway, let's continue with this guy's video.
And I got on when I was only months old. You know, as early as you can take a baby on a plane is when I took my first flight. Okay, so that is how long I've been traveling.
I'm gonna skip some of this, guys.
Slowed down, a valuable skill to have, not constantly relying on others to feel some kind of until it's no longer a game. And I've learned that sometimes people are only around you because of the things or the lifestyle you are able to provide, right?
Yep, very true.
Once that disappears, so do they.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I'm good where I'm at. That's why I'm fine. I'm content.
Yeah, it's the way people are these days.
At the time being. Okay?
Unfortunately.
I don't need a crowded room to feel validated. I don't need 20 people around me pretending like they care. Okay? I just don't need that. If I've got my peace and a couple solid people who check in every once in a while, every so often, that's more than enough for me. So, yeah, I mean, I'm 26, no friends, no social life, whatever. And I'm fine with that. And if you find yourself in the same place, don't beat yourself up. You know, you're not broken, you're not behind, nothing's wrong with you. I mean, especially today, dude, just look at the quality of people out there. You know,
say that again, man.
It's not you. More times than not, it's them. Okay? And
Yeah.
maybe you're just in a chapter where solitude is shaping you into who you're supposed to be. You know? Anyway, if this hits home for you, just go ahead, let me know in the comments. You know, drop a comment below, like, subscribe, all that.
So, I mean, this is obviously, he's totally right. The social life these days is just, you know, and the thing is, people have been burned so many times by disgusting people in both intimate relationships and even just friendships that they don't want to take the risk anymore. And that was one of the things I was going to point out is people tend to do more to avoid pain than seek pleasure because Sigmund Freud said we have two drives, seeking pleasure and avoiding pain. Makes sense. There are two primary drivers, but of the two, people would rather not spend energy, even if it ultimately helps them for something pleasurable, if there's fear of pain. And the fear of pain is not completely irrational. I mean, you have so many bad relationships these days, so many even bad friendships, just one after another, where you just get this feeling of why bother? Why? Who even cares? You know. But if you look at this article here, back on the screen, U.S. trends in social isolation. This was December 22nd, a government article. Social engagement and companionship nationally by age, sex, blah 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 blah. And of course, the pandemic was a big part of this. But social connectedness is essential for health and longevity. While isolation exacts a toll on individuals and society, we present U.S. social connectedness magnitudes and trends as target phenomena to inform calls for policy approaches to promote social health. Yeah, so they're saying that it is, you know, a healthy thing. And they cite a bunch of articles here, but I'm not going to go into all of this, but look at some of these charts, guys. So social isolation, average daily in minutes. Oh, wow. It's getting to the point where, even families don't socialize. Look at this. Household family social engagement. Zunk. Shocking. Shocking. Maybe you guys can come up with some solutions of what can we do to start, maybe we need a meetup number 2 or something, a site like that again. Maybe use the power of the internet to actually meet in person, where, it forces people to take a risk somehow. And I'm not talking about dating or anything. I'm talking about just meeting and playing board games or going for a hike or whatever the hobby is. Whatever the hobby is that has nothing to do with, social media or video games, right? Or VR meeting rooms. Take a look at this nerdy gal here, Kendra Cherry. Psychological. This is going into the understanding the principles of pleasure and pain. The pleasure principle suggests we are motivated to obtain pleasure and avoid pain, sometimes referred to as the pleasure-pain principle. This motivating force helps drive behavior, but it also wants instant satisfaction. Most of the social interactions we have now are forced. And everybody feels like a robot that you're talking to, because half the people that I talk to, they don't even want to talk to you either. The only reason they have to talk to you is like at work or whatever, and they wouldn't even be talking to you if they had no other choice. Now, that's a minority. There's some coworkers that I have that I love, and so I'm not saying that that's a universal thing. But I'm saying a lot of the jobs and things that I've had in the past, actually at my current job, we get along pretty well, so there's that. But in jobs that I've had in the past, people are just talking to talk. It's just they're not actually really socializing. It's just checking the boxes. It's become just a mechanical thing of, yep, I got to interact with this person so much to just make it through my day, and I wouldn't even be talking to them at all. I wouldn't even give them the time of day. I would probably almost, gawk at them if I saw them in the street, type of thing. You don't even like that person. You just have to interact with them at work, and that's where most of the social settings are now. They're not even social settings that are even desirable for most people. But I mean, look at these charts, man. Look at these charts. I mean, the trend has been getting worse for a long time now, but look how much freaking worse it's gotten since. I mean, 2020 was just the cherry on top, the shit cherry on top of the loneliness milkshake. And I think this has gotten even worse. I have no doubt about that. I think it's gotten way worse since, and there we go. So even like a decade ago, we were kind of in the middle. But now, that's why bars are dead. That's why Meetup.com is dead. It's all these sites are just a cemetery, and places, bars, and so on. Now, I'm not saying all the bars are going to go broke, but there's going to have to be some serious retraction to stuff. And the scariest part is, because of the dating nightmare that, of course, America has become, thanks to the bullshit, what's going to happen when people are not having nearly as many kids? I mean, what is the ultimate outcome here? And how are there no solutions to this? How is somebody not coming up with a solution to any of this? It's just like nobody seems to care. It's just people just go on with their VR headsets and texting and social media on the phone all day. Like, nobody seems to actually care about how to fix this. And it's just shocking. Anyway, guys, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And as always, we'll see you on the next one.